Hey, everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. I'm Brent Knight. This last week, I dealt with a situation that reminded me of something I was taught many years ago, and I refer to it as a 24-hour rule, which we'll get into just a little bit. But the premise of this is that oftentimes we deal with a situation, we deal with a person, we deal with something in which it it creates an emotional response, whatever it might be. It could be sadness, it could be anger, it could be somebody angry with us, or it could be an attack by somebody on us that elicits anger in us, and we want to respond to that. And so often I tell people, just sit on it, sleep on it, don't respond right now. It might be an email. Again, it might be attack by somebody at work on you, a criticism, whatever it might be. I've always felt that it's really good idea, and this definitely applies to me because I tend to get emotional in these situations. But wait 24 hours, at least 24 hours minimum, and see if it works itself out. But more importantly, allow some of that emotion to settle down, to calm down, and go through it in your head, go through the conversation or responses that you might use in this particular situation, whatever the situation might be, and practice it. And a lot of times you'll burn off a lot of that energy, that anger, frustration, whatever emotion you're feeling. You'll be able to kind of work through it before you actually work through it. And oftentimes when the time comes a day later, 2 days later, at least 24 hours, again, not just 24 hours, but at least 24 hours, you've calmed down enough to where you can address it rationally. And oftentimes you can solve the problem without any more drama. That's the only way to put it, is it creates drama. So, in the situation we dealt with in the last week, somebody made a mistake and they became very frustrated on what happened as a result of that mistake. And I told them just to relax and gather the facts, and then we would address it together at the beginning of the week. But this person didn't understand the 24-hour rule, didn't follow the 24-hour rule, even though I presented it, and continued to escalate the emails. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen that, where somebody sends an emotional email and you don't respond, and then they just continue to add on email after email after email with escalation. And eventually what ends up happening is the situation works itself out because the person digs a hole so deep they can never climb out of it. So think about that. The number one thing going against us in a situation where the stakes are high and there's a lot of tension is our own emotion. We have to be able to control and ground that emotion so we can respond rationally and look at the facts and focus on solutions and not emotions. So hopefully that helps. If you get into a situation the next day, week, or month where you're facing the same thing, sleep on it. It's really hard to do, but sleep on it and come back with a clear mind and address it the next day. Hopefully that helps, and we will see you next Wednesday.